resident sweet maker on stream with my Marlon. So soon find lots of sweet-based puns.
They are sweet and deadly.
Yes.
And sugar-coated with stuff.
And you lot already know who I am. I am your demon for the evening.
Yay!
As soon as he gets other things fixed and ready to roll.
And what about you, Dom?
I don't know, what about me?
You need to introduce yourself to Marie.
I want to be that guy who's just like, I do not introduce myself. No.
Hey, there's always that guy. It just about every
I
group.
mean, I'm not an alcoholic.
Neither am I. Alcoholics go to meetings.
I've been sober for 2 years now.
Awesome.
I'm joking. I'm fucking loaded with beer. Anyway, but yes, I am gaming madman. I do live streamy. I am also in the middle of developing my own tabletop role-playing game.
Ooh.
And I got an email back from one of the dudes I contacted today, which makes.
What did they say?
Sweet.
It was. Has anyone seen the YouTube videos from guys at Nerdarchy?
Oh, I've heard of them.
Nice guys, because I sent an email out to a bunch of dudes to do D&D stuff, or tabletop stuff in general. They were actually the first ones to get back to me, saying, once you got a Kickstarter going, hit us up. I'm like, yeah! Interest.
Yes.
What is your game system about? What's your world?
It's called Ring Warriors, the wrestling tabletop role-playing game.
What was posted on Discord earlier? The link to that?
Yes.
I don't know where that was, but yes.
Yeah, that was the other thing. The only other link that's been posted lately has been me going like, I want to see the film with Ferrari versus Ford. Because I'm a massive petrol head and that's right up my alley.
I need to make my latest installment live.
You're not the only one.
And of course, I think we might just mention that 4 out of 6 of us actually are playing Ring Warriors on Friday.
Yes. 'Tis true.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty then. I think this is going to be rather fun.
Yay.
It's not going to be fun because you said that.
No, I piled it out of this. So if everyone's all cool and ready to get started, shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
Alright then. So welcome ladies and gentlemen to Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes here on Tales of Gaming Addiction, a D&D show where we sit around and play D&D and all that fun jazz. So, just to get you all caught up, because we had a week break thanks to Comic-Con knocking some people out on this table with Conflu, our wonderful band called the Burning Soul had recently delved into a bit of Marlon's past with a cult hoarding arcane knowledge, well, trying to hoard arcane knowledge for themselves. You guys entered the tower, went through a series of arcane traps, taking down members of the cult, eventually coming face to face with the demigod dragon in charge of all the magical secrets of the world. And he had prearranged certain events so that Marlon would be his successor, and as such gave Marlon an artifact staff for his worries and upgraded Gingy as well. After which, you guys head back to town. Your dear fighter Dario had to leave your party as he had been called back into military service and has gone elsewhere into the world. And I can't remember where. I want to say it's somewhere in the Dragonborn Empire, so quite a ways.
Oh.
But over those preceding days, you took some time to rest, and during that time you found out that the Elven Army's Royal Guard were actually in the area. And Zyron Vox, your wonderful bard cleric, had a run-in with these particular people before and was somewhat concerned. So using a bit of stealth and invisibility, snuck in, listened to the guards, heard them talk about a town called Hillside and their captain already going there in search of an artifact of great power, one of the royal treasures. And when we left you all, and my notes may be wrong, because my notes are just mad scribbles, I believe you guys were on the road towards Hillside.
Indeed, I believe we were. And also, Yoko gave everyone a little gift as her way of making up for penance. Even though everyone else was like, no, you really don't need to do that. The Amaterasu is not going to give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But no, she insisted.
Okay, so just flick you guys over to the big shiny proper map that I have for the area, not the massive A1 map that I'm still developing.
I was going to say.
And let's throw... We need a party token. Who shall we pick on today? Who is leading the bunch of misfits from Rhodes to Hillside?
Probably it will be me. In a case that I actually do...
Oops.
Do we need to throw a die to see if we are going to the right direction?
No, you can go over it. I just wanted a token to put on the map.
Sweet.
So that way when things happen, at least you guys can go, oh, we're currently here on this map.
Yes.
So there you go, Betois, your token is on the map.
Yes.
But as you guys are travelling down the road, it's a nice warm day, the breeze is, whilst not too hot, there's a nice cool edge coming off it as you're following the road by the river. And then you hear the sound of hooves. Heavy, fast, full-on galloping hooves. As you turn around to see what the noise is, behind you can see the same elven woman you saw at the docks a few days ago. Face panicked, clutching something under her arm, on full gallop on a horse, and behind her you can see 4 guards in hot pursuit screaming at her in Elvish. Off the top of my head, that doesn't cover a lot of you in terms of languages, and I forgot to add it to my cheat sheet. Darn it.
Zyron and Yoko can understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realised I have a little cheat sheet and I forgot to add the languages to the bottom.
Ooh.
Boo, hiss. But anyway, you can understand it. It's just, stop, wait! And eventually the guards see you and call for you to seize her. And I'm going to need you guys to tell me what you want to do.
Question. Are these the same kind of guards that we saw at the docks who are like a bit douchey?
Most certainly, yes. They are wearing the Kabuto samurai style plate helms with all the usual accoutrements.
Oh, if only I had... Hang on a minute. Let me have a look at my spells.
Hang on.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm just thinking.
Getting ideas.
I'm just thinking.
but don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
I was gonna
Bad
say.
things happen when you do that.
I was gonna
Yes.
say, like, providing that, like, she'd probably already like prayed for like change of spells on her paladin side. Ah, man, it's so tempting.
Now, I don't want to be the one to peer pressure, but do it, do.
All right then.
Is there a bush to hide in?
There are a
She's
couple of
gonna
bushes,
cast
yes.
Find Steed.
Okay. I will jump into the bush to be safe if something goes up.
Yeah. Oh man, what does she have? As much as I want to bring back Reginald,
Oh, can we not bring back Reginald?
Reginald.
well, I mean, she's too big to ride on Reginald anyway. She's going to have a lovely horse, a
Okay.
normal horse. There we go.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me update my notes first.
Can I just say, can your horse be when Donkey turns into the stallion in Shrek 2?
Yes.
I'm trotting!
Look at me!
I was going to say Special 2.0. Oh my! Because I can trot!
Yes. So yeah, Yoko's going to summon a lovely horse, a white horse, a celestial horse.
Okay. So, Biswa, I need you to go ahead and make me a stealth check as you dive into the
Okay.
bushes for safety. Your way is going to take you 10 minutes to summon up your steed.
Really? I thought it was instantaneous.
Duration is instantaneous.
Oh,
Casting time 10 minutes.
27.
In that case, then I will not summon my steed. God, what do I do?
It feels like very old school WoW vibes, and they're like, oh, come on, I'm about to be hit by the boss.
Filling the bar, filling the bar, filling the bar.
Ah.
If only you'd be like our paladins, a bubble.
Ah.
Oh, now I don't know what to
Was-
do.
So what was the guy asking for again?
The guards behind this elven character are just screaming for her to stop, cease, desist, get here, and all the rest of it.
Oh shit.
And all of a sudden you notice that Betois is nowhere to be seen.
Indeed.
How far away are they from our current position roughly?
For now, they're about 50 feet away.
Okay.
I'm pretty much giving you all an action before we roll into initiative.
I'm preparing my bow.
Can that affect more than one dude? I'm just gonna check something.
Siren, if these guys see you, then they might try and attack you instead.
Better than me than an innocent.
True. Does this mean we should attack them?
Wait. See if this works first.
Hold on. Do I have
Yeah,
something
that's-
here?
Damn it, that's not gonna do what I wanted to do. Shit!
Come on, do I?
Oh, God.
Oh my.
Oh, that's 30,
my
that's
God.
30 foot.
Oh.
That's 30 foot.
Since we had a short rest, I have a plan.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, this doesn't sound too good. Yoko has a plan.
Does anyone else have any plans before I go through with this?
Well, I was gonna do a plan, but I can only hit one person with it, so I'm a bit 50-50 on doing it.
Okay, because my plan is to do enthralling performance. Like, just get a leg out there. Like a yoo-hoo!
Oh no!
God.
Do like just do the technique we use in order to get those free lifts into town. Like woohoo! You just show ever so much above the ankle.
Ah, to the gods, I suppose.
I mean, all for it.
I regret ever allowing Looney Tune physics in my head.
Oh god dang. And also, while watching this, it just reminded me, oh, stop ya wench! Like, from, I think it was Sin.
Like, this isn't just any dance, right? You know that bit in Shrek, I want to say Shrek the Third, where, like, Snow White does the whole dancing, prancing around and singing to, like, the giant evil trees?
Oh
Yeah, she does it as a distraction, and then it turns into
Oh, the immigrant song by Led Zepp.
Love it.
Well,
God. Yes.
there were some interesting rolls that happened. I was denied one very good roll by the fickle hand of fate. Anyways, before we find out what happens with that, Marlon, what would you like to do?
Sorry? I don't know, I'm just hanging back. I'm
Okay.
going to assume that a large dragon, white dragonborn with a gingerbread on his shoulder might... That conspicuous.
Alright then. In which case, since you're not going to do anything, Yoko, your enthralling performance.
Yes.
You notice two of the guards begin to slow down. Two of them, however, keep hurrying their horses, and they do start gaining ground on their chaser. Kira, what would you like to do?
Where exactly am I? Are we heading towards Rose or Hillside?
Yeah, give me a second. I already have a map prepared.
Oh.
Ooh.
Just need to budge you guys down the board a wee bit.
Need to actually log in.
Then what I would like to do, if I can, is dash and hide in the trees.
Okay then.
Can I do that?
You can certainly try. Go ahead and make a stealth check, but with disadvantage, since they are hot on your heels right now.
That's why I'm saying I was going to dash.
Yeah, but they will.
Like,
They still have their eyes on you.
alright.
Ooh, wow.
Oh no, not bad.
And all of a sudden, this half-elf girl is gone. Here.
It's like all of a sudden.
Are you currently hiding in the same place as Betois?
Strangely enough, no.
Ah, nice.
Oh yeah, and no one's passive is high enough.
Not even Yoko's.
Not even Yoko's. I have all your secrets now.
That'd be funny if it's like, especially not Yoko.
Alright then. With that said and done, Kira, you watch the half-open figure sort of duck one way and dive into the hedgerow, seemingly without making a sound, despite the fact that she's on heavy horseback. Eventually, the 4 guards rock up to you guys. The 2 charm ones turn to Yoko and start trying to chat her up. It's pretty embarrassing. Meanwhile,
I could just picture them going up to her. Hey, how you doing?
pretty much, yeah. We are going that bad.
Sounds about right.
But
Oh god.
the others, they approach Marlon first of all, and then sort of go over towards Zyron, a bit more on edge about you, Zyron. But they ask both of you in turn, have you seen an elven woman come through here?
It's at that point where I just go, was she about yay high, yay wide, looking pretty darn fancy?
Yes.
No idea.
Now what about you, Dragonborn? Have you seen an elven woman come past here?
Oh no, not me. I'm old and forgetful. But at least I'm not old and forgetful.
Alright then, if you see any suspicious figures, be sure to report it to your local authorities and they'll hand them off to us. Good day, and they start barking orders in Elvish. Siren and Yoko, you can understand it pretty much as spread out, find her as best you can, and they eventually disperse.
And Yoko's just gonna go, alright, take care, and just blow them a kiss.
Wow.
Ah, dang it.
How long is that for?
I think it lasts for
1 hour. Oh, that's
1 hour.
gonna be funny.
Oh no.
Careful, don't want that gift horse to bite you.
Yes.
Alright then. Couple of minutes pass. What do you guys like to do?
Well, Batois emerges from the bushes back to the park.
I'll just look at everyone just going, I don't know about you guys, but that was quite anticlimactic.
Well, either way, there seemed to be a young lady in need of assistance.
Yeah, but I have no idea where she's gone. It's like as if she faded into thin air, like one of my crazy prestidigitation routines.
Ah, that is most strange. Even though she was clearly visible 1 second, and then the next thing we know, she disappears.
Hmm.
And then you just notice when Batois just appears out of nowhere back here, like, oh, hello, what happened?
Oh, Betois, don't scare us like that.
I mean, come
Sorry,
on.
not
You've
sorry.
heard his voice a million times.
Still, I suppose we should see whether that lady is alright.
I mean, I would only really be scared if she
Yeah.
randomly popped out of nowhere and just said hello to us, in all honesty.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
So could I at least see where she could have possibly gone?
You do have a rough idea. It's up to Kira though if she wants to reveal herself, or you guys are going to have to start making perception checks.
Ooh.
Bearing in mind this horse is probably like standing out in the middle of nowhere.
It's an Acme horse, it just goes back into a box when you don't need it.
I was gonna say, does the horse have to make a stealth check?
That wouldn't be fair to have the horse give everything away.
Oh. Still.
Suppose it would be unwise to say, call her out loud. But what to do?
Okay, could I make a perception check then?
You may
I
indeed.
would like to make a perception check as well.
Go ahead and make perception checks.
Perception.
I take it we're looking for this.
I see trees, guys.
Indeed, you are looking for the strange elven woman which seems to have evaded all sight.
Are we sure about that?
Well, just hold on a minute.
As my page loads.
Yep.
It always takes forever.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you look around, you can't see much. For Zyron and Marlon, the trees are nice. See a couple of birds.
That's a nice tree.
You do see a couple of swallows carrying a coconut between them on a bit of bark.
Nice.
Answers to the eternal question of how they got to Mercia. Yoko, you see a bit more, but again it's more like, oh, that's cool, there's kites out here. He's pretty high too. It's a nice bird. Bessoir, on the other hand, full on eagle visioned highlight in the darkness. You can see off to the side, just tucked away up in a tree branch, the elven woman familiar.
I'll walk up to her and be like, "Oh, hello. The guys are gone who were apparently pursuing you. My name is Bethois."
And I just kind of look at him and say, hi. Guess I'll be on my way now, thank you. I don't know these people.
I presume since Betoir went up to the tree, like everyone else would probably know
Oh yeah.
round above where she is. In that case, then Yoko is going to merrily skip up to Betoir's side. They go, "Oh, hello there. Not quite sure why you're still up that tree, but it's safe to come down now."
Well, the tree is quite comfy. I'm good, thank you.
Well, why were those guys pursuing you anyway?
Oh, they were under the impression that I have something of theirs, which I don't.
That was going to be my next question, but since you answered it so nicely,
Well, it was either marathon run or the stockade. Since I'm good at one and not the other, I figured disappearing for a bit would be my safest bet.
that's fair enough. But if you want, you can come along with us, and you could pretend to be our friend and all.
Where are you headed?
Yeah, so I'm just like thinking, anyone else want to step in? That's cool too.
We are heading to
Where are you headed?
Hillside.
I don't know if you guys heard I don't know if you heard my question.
Oh no, I had.
Oh.
Yeah. We're headed to Hillside.
Brian, where was I pursued from? Hillside or Roads?
You were pursued from Rhodes. So you're pretty much going in the same direction.
Okay, one more time, please. You cut out.
Sorry. It's no attempts to do that over here. You were from Rhodes, so you were going towards Hillside.
Okay. I just kind of shrug, go, what the hell, and climb down from the tree.
So I'm guessing you're heading for the same direction, yes?
Towards Hillside, yeah.
Do you know what this means? We have a traveling companion!
Well, you had 3 anyway. I don't know what
Did
to
I
say.
just hear companion?
Shinji sort of leans out from the back of your coat roll and waves like, me?
Oh,
Gives you a firm nod.
I was gonna say.
Not yet. We still need to go over that at some point.
Oh, okay.
Need to go over the Shinji upgrades.
Well, I suppose we should introduce ourselves so that we can at least act as though we are really good friends. My name is Yoko Chin, and it very much pleasure to meet you.
And she holds out her hand as if to kind of shake yours.
Carol will give a, okay, what the hell, look, and shake her hand. Why the hell not?
Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in?
I'll always let the others do it first, so...
I just thinking to myself like, how can I make this fancy? I know. Gets my loot out and I'm just like, my name is Zyron. I'm the bard of the gang. We're heading up to Hillside with a bang. My name is Zyron. And this is the crew. Oh yeah, nah, yeah. How do you do?
No.
Yeah, all
Carol just
whilst
kind
the
of
cloak and billowing then just goes.
Wave. And
I'll just sort of say hello there. Offer a
Carol will
bonbon.
wave. Hi.
You'll just see this Dragonborn produce a large comes from underneath his cloak. Offer you one. No one?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said something, nobody's replying.
Oh no, we're just waiting for Marie to respond. Marie?
Yes.
Yeah, Marlon's offering you a bonbon.
Sounds delightful.
Oh no, it's not one of the bad ones, is it?
No.
Oh yes. Whew.
But remember, the only ingredients I had for a long time were pond water.
Is this where I'm going to have to make a constitution check if I eat this?
Nah, you'll be fine.
It's
Eventually.
fine. Marlon just likes to make sweets out of random stuff that he finds. It tastes good though.
There's more of a problem of if it's one of the certain sweets that you've made, it could be quite disastrous.
Have you ever made hash brownies?
No, he's a bit more wholesome than that.
Alright then. So, just to speed things up a little bit, because I do have a lot planned.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. You guys continue your trek onwards with your new companion in tow. So feel free to have any conversations you like along the way. But eventually you come to Hillside.
We're off on the road straight to Hillside. We certainly do get around.
The long road finally leads you to the town of Hillside. A portion of this walled city has been demolished, and the signs of a siege are still present outside the walls. Next to the heavily guarded front gates, you can see soldiers chained in groups and chain gangs, and you can tell from this far back that they are being questioned, they're being asked for names, identity, rank, and all the rest of it, and are about to be pretty much sent home as prisoners of war.
Question.
Mm.
Which soldiers are like prisoners of war?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Good shout.
Hey.
Hey.
Pretty good. From where you sit, Yoko, well, stand rather, and everybody else as well, you can tell that some of these are human soldiers. They look like the same riflemen you fought all the way in Valencia, way back at the start of this campaign.
God dang it.
Everyone gets it. I'm like, they're pretty soldierish, guys.
However, a small portion of them, which have been chained up and kept separate from everyone else, are elven soldiers. Their armour has been stripped, they're just wearing basic clothing, and they are shackled, wrists, ankles, chain linking them, sort of the wrist and ankle shackles together, and then they're all chained together as well. And I do have, for the first time in a long time, a thing to show you. I'll actually have to throw it on as a separate map. So bear with me whilst I move this all across. I'm hoping it's scanned alright. Seems to. Right. That's about as good as we're going to get it. Alright then. I give you all the wonderful city of Rhodes.
It's blank.
Shouldn't be blank.
Yeah, it's blank.
Yeah, it's blank.
Blank.
Oh, you're that's a friggin'.
Oh,
It's
wait.
black.
There we go. If we put on the right
There we
layer,
go.
it might help.
oh. Reach.
There we go. That actually looks a bit better. So you guys are coming from. There's the sort of main gate.
Okay, cool.
Over there you can see the massive hole in the wall, aptly named the Breach. And I'm just gonna freehand draw in some water, so at least you know where the river is. That runs through Hillside. Yeah, trying to freehand with the mouse is difficult.
Yes, it is.
There you go. So welcome to Hillside. So Burning Soul, what would you like to do?
should we first ask the guards that do they let us in?
Like what? Okay, so we don't know what area these soldiers are. Well, the soldiers of war. No, prisoners of war.
Yeah.
We don't know like which band or company they're with. Do we know what the band or company the other the guards are that are obviously keeping them in line?
I feel like I got lost in all that then. Start again, sorry.
Sorry, so the guards that are guarding the prisoners.
Oh yeah.
Do we know which like band or party that they're a part of?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, great. Oh, my +1 to intelligence. Am I smart enough?
That's
The shooter's pretty
saving
shiny,
throw.
guys.
Oh, no, that's a saving throw. Hang on.
Yeah, everyone's rolling saving throws. It was checks I was after. Intelligence checks.
I like that saving throw. I'll keep that.
Alright, as far as you guys can tell, the guards are of Hillside themselves. They have a simple crest of a fort on a hill. Much
Okay.
like how the city is built as well. It's built in that Roman hill fort style.
I reckon they have so many prisoners here because of what they're after.
Well, you do notice the Elven ones, although they don't have the Royal Guard crest on them, they are remarkably well kept, if that makes sense.
Right.
They're not like filthy soldiers, they are more higher up.
So, generals possibly?
One of them does stand out to you all, though. He stands taller than the rest, he actually holds his posture, even though it looks like he hasn't eaten or had anything for sustenance for days on end. He's still standing there, happy as can be.
As a prisoner of war.
Mm-hmm.
So what does everyone else think? I mean, as much as fighting against those guys were part of our business, I think the gods of Hillside have it under control.
I was gonna say.
And I would rather do it the sneaky way, entering into the city.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Daisy's about.
As far as I know, we have two options. You can either approach the front gate as it is, ask the guards about what's happening, and hopefully head on in like merry people. Or we can go forth into the breach, dear friends.
No, she's.
I mean, if we
But
go
I
up
think-
the front, yeah, carry on.
But, like, I think my whole idea is we don't have,
You know what I mean? It's.
we don't have anything to really be suspectful of with the Hillside guards. Because as far as we're concerned, Hillside's just fine.
I mean,
So I reckon we approach the front gate in the direction we're heading, see what's happening, see what they say, and then if they don't want us coming in for any XYZ reasons, we always have sneaky side entrance.
I mean, that's fair enough. And we have
Yes,
spells
that is.
and magic to get us in.
Not forgetting, if push came to shove, I'm great when it comes to putting on a performance.
And I am pretty good of the sneaking.
Siren, we should totally do a duet.
Well, let's weigh up the situation first. We have no reason to be suspicious of them or to be sneaky yet, unless something goes bad.
That's fair enough.
Okay then. As you guys approach the gates, a couple of the guards step forward to you. They have similar designed rifles to what Darrow used to carry, if not a little bit different. In terms of like design, function wise it seems to be about the same. They hold up their hands like, "Oh, what's your business here in Hillside?"
Ah, dear sir, we are but travelling merchants coming through this part. We were wishing to do some trade with you guys here at Hillside.
Bit odd for travelling merchants to be travelling without a cart.
We are very light-loaded merchants.
Make a persuasion check, oh mighty bard.
Shit. It's a 19.
Well, there's plenty of spare carts in town if you need them. Welcome to Hillside. Sorry for the mess.
Ah, no problem. Has there been any problems?
He kind of gives you like this deadpan look, as if to say like, "Are you blind to the siege works around the city, the broken trebuchets, the cannons on the wall, and the guards outside the gate waiting, or the prisoners waiting to be shipped off home?
Sir,
Have we had any trouble?"
Sir, I'm simply making conversation. If you're going to treat me like this, I will take my custom elsewhere.
Well, fine, come on in, but don't ask stupid questions. Citizens are liable to bop you one. And some of them are quite well armed.
I'm not fine, don't really stupid questions and fucking... Just nonchalantly walk past and just be like, "Oh, finish, never funny red."
Okay. As you guys enter the city of Hillside as a whole, the city itself, this first layer that you're in, tends to be much more of the market variety. So there are various shops for various needs, general stores, alchemists, arcane enchanters, blacksmiths. You do notice several pens which are filled with your sort of usual farm animals, sheep, cows, ducks, chickens. Over towards the town square you can see a statue of some sort, been damaged in the siege, seems to have taken a couple of cannon shots to the sort of upper body and the head. And whilst it's still standing, it's cracked and broken. Citizens are busy hurrying about their business. A few guards are going around with chain gangs of more captured soldiers and are cleaning up the city slowly, bit by bit. So I leave it up to you guys. What do you want to do?
What time of day is it?
It's about midday by this point.
So lunchtime.
Lunch sounds like a good time.
We should probably find some place to, well, take some to maybe get like put our feet up and stuff like that, in case that we are going to stay in this city for overnight.
Okay.
Yeah, let's explore.
Alright then. You guys go around. Whoever's leading the group, go ahead and make an investigation check for me. See what bar you guys end up in.
Probably me.
Ah, pretty nice. Abattoir. You instinctively go, right, there's got to be a bar somewhere. There's always a bar. There's one right over there.
Yes.
And as you guys walk over, the bar was appropriately called the Hillside Tavern.
Ah, this seems like a nice place.
It's sort of in this little cul-de-sac bit here, literally nestled into the side of the hill. It's kind of like almost a hobbit hole kind of appearance to it. So part of it sticks outside and the rest of it seems to use the hill as covering up. And as you enter inside, the smell of warm ale hits you. Whilst it's not a particularly clean place, the patrons themselves seem to be just hard-working people enjoying a day off. A couple of young couples are having a nice quiet conversation in the corner. And behind the bar is a small little stout halfling fellow. He's got a bit of a beard on him, bit of a goatee. And he goes, "Ah! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What can I get you today at the Hillside Tavern? Nice meat pie, perhaps? A fine mug of ale?"
The meat pie sounds appealing to me, and maybe some water with it.
"Well, sir, I don't serve water here. If you want water, go have a dunk in the river."
No need to be rude.
"I'm not being rude, sir. I'm just stating a point of fact."
I apologize for my friend being a little demanding. I'm not sure what culture on his side of things is like, but I don't mind some meat and that lovely meat pie you mentioned.
Okay, so meat and a pie for the young lady. What about the rest of you fine folk?
Oh, that sounds pretty good, please.
Yeah, I'm taking one as well.
Okay, thanks. So, those of you that are eating, it's going to cost you 2 silver pieces for your food and drink.
Okay, time to do some maths, guys.
I'm back. Daisy is sorted.
Fantastic.
Sweet. I think I got my maths right.
Cool. Takes your money and just says, "If you don't mind, I'll get you drinks. I'll get me lovely wife to finish those meat pies for you. Find yourselves a table and I'll be with your drinks in a minute." And he turns around and he yells to his wife, "Darling, get some meat pies on."
Wait, is there a barber shop nearby?
You saw one on the way
I
in.
was exactly just thinking that are we gonna find a finger in a meat pie?
What? Does the fact I say I'm an evil DM, you will automatically assume I'm doing a Sweeney Todd?
I mean, yeah.
Triple crossing us by saying that you're not, and then you are, but you're not, but then you do.
But if I was going to be doing a Sweeney Todd, I would be leading with the Helena Carter impression, followed up by Sweeney coming and going, "Delivery's alive, darling." And I'll have me bottle of rum now. I mean, you can guys be suspicious about the pies if you like.
I won't be.
Well, this is nice.
Yeah, it's a nice homely thing. Your ale's brought over to you. You also have your meat pies that are fresh and piping hot. Not containing any human remains. Sicken me, the lot of you. You think I would do such a thing? Wouldn't be human remains at all, it'd be goblin remains.
Oh, wow.
Goblin, Marlon goes. Fine.
Goblin pie.
Marlon just sitting back in a chair with like a
Yep.
He's in a gentleman's club.
Doing the full proper wizard and like having your pipe out and blowing smoke rings. Alright then. So, you guys are free to talk amongst yourselves.
So, I'm thinking that this royal artifact might be here somewhere, seeing as those guards were talking about it at the docks.
It must be.
But the question is where? Of all the places in here, it's probably going to be in very high secure place.
This is possibility.
A very good point.
Simon, you seem almost worried.
I don't know, there's just something not quite right about this.
Hmm?
I mean, the prisoners outside, some of them being elvish. Something's not right here. And the fact that we know that there's probably an artifact of the royal family here as well, all seems very convenient.
You thinking it might be trap or something?
Possibly. I think there's more to Hillside than meets the eye.
Hmm. Still.
This can very well be.
Well, I suppose we can relax a little for today, and then tomorrow we can investigate.
Yes.
I do like this idea.
Because, well, traveling is exhausting, so
Quite.
I would really like to have a good night's sleep.
There's no need to worry, is there, for tonight?
And then she'll just turn to Kira and just assault her with even more questions, like trying to get to know her.
Who are you? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
I like lamp. Kira suddenly is something seems to be deaf.
Death.
Maybe you're not much talker, but that's okay. Some people are very shy, but they do come out of their shell eventually.
No, I'm just a quiet person most of the time.
I see. So, what were you doing in Rhodes, if you don't mind me asking?
What am I doing where?
What were you doing in Rhodes? Like, were you looking for something, or were you going to go to visit family?
Both.
Mm-hmm. And
And there was a misunderstanding. I was on the wrong end of it.
I see. Well, I suppose we shouldn't pry, since we only just met, a few hours ago?
Right. I do. Sorry, I'm up past my bedtime time. I do appreciate the assistance in the forest, though. Tell them you hadn't seen me. I do appreciate that.
Well, I myself am quite acute with my ears and eyes. It's just a thing that has saved us a couple of times.
Besides, we know that those people chasing after you were a little bit suspicious.
a little.
Anyway, is it bedtime, guys?
Well, but first, I want to see whether I could put on a little performance for everyone in this lovely establishment, as a kind of thank you present for having us here as guests.
Hey Yoko, you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think I know what you're thinking, Zyron.
I think it's time for a duet.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's a duet.
Okay. I'll need both of you to make performance checks.
And this is where it goes tits side. Or not. Friggin' killing it.
You both perform this beautiful, like, dueling lute duet sort of thing. And just before you hit the crescendo...
Oh god.
Ah! Dang it! So close! So damn close!
Oh.
It's aimed more at Yoko than at Zyron, but the bolt flies between the two of you, digs in the wall, and on the other side of the bar you see that the halfling is sat there with the crossbow. He's loading up the next one. He's like, "Don't you dare play music in my tavern without my permission."
Can we play music in your tavern now?
Bring me back the bolt, say that you're sorry, and we'll carry on from there.
I grab the bolt, go over to him, put it into like his hands, just go like, very sorry, sir.
That's quite alright. You may perform as you like, but we split profits 50-50 and keep the noise down. As you watch, he puts the handed bolt back in the crossbow, ready for it to be fired again.
Yeah, and I agree as we go forward with our regularly scheduled program. So, who wants to party?
At this point, Letois actually just retires into the room and goes to sleep.
If you've been needing a room down Tabaxi, be an extra 2 silver.
Okay. Well, there's 2 silver for you.
Fantastic. He hands you a key.
Thank you.
Alright then, so you guys, for your performance, now that you've asked for permission, managed to gain 17 gold pieces each.
Nice.
And that is after the split, by the way.
Okay. So that'll be that much gold. Sweet. Yeah. Aww. That's so adorable. Aww.
I say we did very good job.
Very good.
That was impressive lute playing there. I never knew you could play so fast.
Hey, with these, there's a lot of things you don't know about these fingers.
Oh my.
God damn it.
God damn it, George Takei!
Oh,
Get out of my bar!
We should rehearse something sometime. No, we should rehearse something sometime. You never know.
Oh dear.
I am speechless for this.
Yeah.
I'll just simply respond with like a shy, yeah.
Now I think it's time for me to get some beauty sleep. You take care, Zion. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I think it's a good idea for everyone to give sleepy sleeps.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Marlon just fall asleep in the chair, still puffing like smoke rings out.
Yes.
Oh, that pipe! My smoke monster pipe!
Yeah. You can sit there and just keep puffing smoke rings. Shinji just sort of stays so just keeps the pipe sort of level, so that way like you nodding off doesn't tip hot ash on you.
Before Batois actually goes to sleep, he sort of puts a rope across the door that and tries to make some sort of an alarm system to wake him up if someone tries to get into the room without him knowing.
Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence check for that. With proficiency, because you can be using your thieves' tools for this. So just go ahead, roll straight intelligence, and add 4.
Dang
Oh,
it.
shit.
Well, you sit there and think to yourself, yes, the string on the floor trick, will put a little bell on it, so it dings when the string comes across. It's all fine and dandy, and then you sort of step back and admire your handiwork, and you realise that you've not put it on the floor at ankle height, you've put it at like neck height.
Oh well, if somebody enters the room, the bell will chime, and if someone is rushing into the room, they will probably get knocked down by the lovely.
Yeah, they'll get clotheslined.
Yes.
But what if they're a halfling or gnome-sized? Or even a dwarf? I love your response.
Alright then. As you all drift off to sleep, and you all find yourselves in the arms of Morpheus, Marlon,
Yes.
as you drift off downstairs by your lonesome, you have a strange vision. You see a humanoid figure, titanic in scale. With him are 2 smaller, very muscular humanoids made of pure gold, as they sort of hold this figure aloft and try and carry him away. And as you're watching this, you feel the presence of the demigod Brontes Echo sort of over you, whispering in your ear, going, "Something is wrong. Why is the Forge Father being held? I want to investigate that. That shouldn't be happening." The rest of you, however, have a pretty quiet night's sleep. Oh wait, one more thing. Not for Marlon though. This is for Batois.
Okay.
Ooh.
You sit there, sound asleep,
Mhm.
confident that your alarm trap will work, and your ears suddenly twitch, and it's sort of like in that point where you're going, sort of just about before you go to sleep, you know, sort of that half doze.
Yeah.
That's when you hear this faint sound of like fluttering wings, but big wings. If everyone's ever seen the series Lucifer, like the sound of the wings they make when one of the angels pop out their wings.
Oh, yeah. that kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But like, woof.
Yeah, it's a fitting sound. I was trying to think of a better way of describing it, but yeah. And as you sort of come to, in front of you, you see the dark, sunken-in eyes with a deep, brilliant white of Xanatos, and he just sits there with his finger to his lips going, "Shh, shh, shh. you gotta tell me very nicely now, Betois. Why are you here?
I am here because of because our adventuring party came here. And we must investigate this city. That's just all it is.
In which case then, since you're here for the city, might I advise you stay in the city?
Okay.
Gives you a gentle pat on the side of the face. And, good kitty. You're going to stay inside the city walls, aren't you? You're not going to go into the mountains.
I will stay in the city as long as it requires me to.
Jolly good. Oh, before he leaves, he turns around and hands you a small note and just says, I was asked to deliver this from my superiors.
Oh, okay.
Consider it a job offer.
Okay.
And as you sit there looking around the darkness, you hear the whoof, once again of like wings unfurling. And then you realise that the only way he could have came into the room was from the door, but the door's locked and shut.
Interesting.
But with that, the rest of you have a jolly good night's sleep. Seems like a good place to have a quick 5-minute breather, because I could do with a refill on my drinky. Just my cans are empty. And we'll be back in just a few minutes, so feel free to, those of you in the Twitch chat, to chat with the cast. For you guys, chat amongst yourselves. I will be right back.
Yes.
And nice.
Yes.
I just I'm kind of afraid what this angel has planned for me.
Whatever he's got plans, we are totally not going to those mountains.
Yeah.
Would one of you post the Twitch link in Discord?
Like for this stream.
Yeah,
Okay, bear with.
please. So I actually made a Twitch account.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
Hello, I just returned.
Hello.
And there is also the linky for.
And anything interesting in my social feed? Not today.
I'm just reading up about a new fantasy program which is starting on Amazon Prime, which looks like it might be interesting.
Oh.
England, set in Victorian England. It's called Carnival Row. They're a load of fantasy creatures are like immigrants in Victorian England. So something to do with what's his name? Pan's Labyrinth bloke.
Oh.
Give me the old Del Toro.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. That looks kind of cool.
Might be fairly interesting. Now Game of Thrones and stuff's gone. Might be a...
I would say Good Omens is worth a watch.
Oh yeah, there's what's his name, isn't it? Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, Terry Pratchett. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
And shit, 2 seconds ago I knew his name. Played Doctor Who. He played
David Tennant.
David Tennant. There we go. Yeah, he also played Detective at Broadchurch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
also,
we know.
And he also plays Scrooge McDuck in the 2018-2019 reboot of DuckTales.
Indeed, where he just gets to talk normally.
Yes.
Oh, wow, they have actually rebooted DuckTales?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty good actually.
Oh, I actually need to watch it then.
First episode's free to watch on YouTube through the
Yeah.
Disney Channel.
Yeah, I think it's been greenlit for another 3-4 seasons.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm surprised Tash doesn't know actually, because Sam Riegel's the voice director and he kept harping about it for weeks.
I know. I know. I knew Sam Riegel was the voice director for, like DuckTales, like the DuckTales reboot. I think he also does a voice or maybe a couple of support character voices. I can't remember which ones, but I know he does at least one or two of them.
Thought Tom was struggling to think of a Disney bound for when we go to Disney again. Scrooge McDuck.
Also, interesting fact about my song choices tonight. I'm listening a lot of Rebel Son tonight. I don't know why.
For me, it's the usual D&D music mix.
Ah, sweet.
I've been listening to. I discovered a new song this morning that Mary Elizabeth McGlynn did for one of the Silent Hill game soundtracks.
Ooh.
Called One Soul to Call. Give me 1 sec, I can post the link in this.
Alright.
I've listened to it, shit, like 5-6 times today already. And added it to one of my writing playlists.
Hang on a second, they did more films of Dragonheart. What? I did not know this was a thing.
What's that? What?
Dragonheart was a really old film with Sean Connery literally playing the last dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen it many years ago.
Yeah, apparently there's a 4-movie collection available on Amazon. They made 3 more of those.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember, probably not watching all of them, but I do vaguely remember watching more along the line.
Oh my god, that... Okay, so quick Google. So there was a direct-to-video sequel called Dragonheart: A New Beginning in 2000, a prequel, The Sorcerer's Curse, in 2015, and a second direct-to-TV prequel, Battle for the Heartfire, in 2017. Dang!
Wow.
I must go look this up.
Hee hee hee. Also, I cannot wait for next Sunday.
Oh.
I can safely say that Dom knows exactly why.
Oh.
It's time for that sweet, sweet kiss gig.
Oh. Where? Oh. Is it the like possible opportunity of meeting Dom's dad?
Yes.
Eee.
Eee.
Like not like you're like specifically like going there to search him out in the crowd and say hi.
No. If I run into him, sure, I'll chat up with him, but we'll see what happens.
Just imagine Dom's dad like going, "What? Wait, what?"
Excuse me, who the heck are you?
And more
are you
importantly,
doing?
Dom's dad to say like, "So, son, I met one of your friends at the Kiss concert."
Yes. Ah, fun times.
Speaking of Dom, where is he? He's been really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can see he is not on the computer.
Doesn't he normally sort of go off though halfway
I mean,
through?
he normally goes off like during the break, and then I'm not sure what happens next.
Yeah.
I normally hear him saying, "I'll be right back, making a cup of tea" or something like that, which gives me a good eye
Yeah.
indicator.
Also, Brian, I kind of sent you a whisper in Roll20. I have a feeling I know what you meant by that.
Clearly, you have not been paying enough attention.
Boo.
Go back and watch previous videos and do it again.
What do you mean, me?
50 times. Big letters.
What do you mean, me? I've been paying plenty of attention.
Here's some red paint and a brush. Romon ni Eun Domas. Off you go. Don't know why I'm in a very Monty Python mood this morning. Well, this evening.
I was gonna say, am I right?
Did you see what I posted about Terry Jones?
I did.
That's why.
They still have one thing to check out, which would be which I've meant to do since I found Terry Pratchett's death in that one. Well, you couldn't.
Years ago.
Yeah, but his literacy didn't.
No, but we were just saying about Terry Jones has got dementia, he didn't die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, that's really sad. Like, yeah. My grandmother, I think, God, how long has it been since she passed away? I think it must be nearly like, oh God, goodness me, it's been many, many years ago, but yeah, she got dementia to the point where she couldn't sort of talk like properly, and she sometimes sings on occasions, but Otherwise, she just lets out the occasional shout, like "yeah," sort of thing.
Well, my mum and dad's friend, he's not that old. He's like early 60s and he's got Parkinson's disease and he doesn't anymore. I mean, he tries to explain things. It's really annoying because he still has his mind, but he can't actually explain things.
Yeah.
He wants to say, but he can't.
Yeah, I saw that with one of Mum's relatives from New Zealand. He got quite bad Parkinson's. Although it has led to probably the funniest conversation I've ever heard in this house of the phone going off at 2:30 in the morning and Mum answering the phone and then only hearing Mum's half of the conversation. It literally just goes, "Hello? Oh, why the bloody hell did you think I'd give you a good conversation at 2:30 in the morning?" Because since they were doing the electrode bit of the surgery, they needed him conscious and awake and doing something.
Oh.
So, conversation's a good place to start because don't want your speech to slur.
Yeah.
So, I decided to ring my mum at what, over in New Zealand, was pretty reasonable. Unfortunately, over here was 2:30 in the morning. And that sort of worked for a while. Although I need to test the theory of what he told me once. Which is, if I ever go to New Zealand and get into trouble, find the Maoris and just say I'm a relative of Jim Guthrie.
Okay.
Because he got their fishing rights back and everything else, so they kind of owe him like a life debt, as it were. So, could I go over there, commit some sort of heinous crime against the regular people, well, white people, not the Maori, and then run to the Maoris and hope I can get some sort of amnesty?
I mean,
So you turned into a real life murder hobo?
Pretty much.
I mean,
Nothing can go wrong there.
No.
While it would be a interesting experiment, probably not the wisest thing to do, but I guess.
Also, does New Zealand have extradition agreement with
Oh yeah.
So
Still part of the combat.
yeah.
So yeah, if I get caught by the police, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
But this is more the fact of he got the Maori fishing rights, so might have an out there.
Yeah, might. But it also might be that they are like, yeah, we know what your older folks did, but this is not acceptable.
Yeah. But then again, who knows?
And again, the Maori are pretty chill. Anyways, shall we get back to the game at hand?
Yes.
Aye.
Before we all succumb to sleep. So, you guys wake in the morning. Two of you have had your visions. And
Yes.
what do you guys wish to do? Breakfast is served as part of your stay in the inn. Costs you no extra.
Oh, by the way, little question at this point. Did you add it to my handouts? The note.
Oh,
the angel gave me.
I need to do that right now. So bear with me a sec. In Batois cannot be edited by Batois. I've forgotten how to spell a word. That's really embarrassing.
What word's that?
I'm not telling you, otherwise I'll give the game away.
Oh. Well, I can spell words. No, I won't give anything away.
Yeah, Yoko's just gonna code downstairs like obnoxiously, obnoxiously cheerful in the morning. Like,
Roll a performance check.
Yeah, let's see how cheery you are.
Welcome back, Siren.
Yes.
I think she's a Disney princess cherry.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Couple of patrons are just sitting there with massive hangovers going, ah!
Yeah, I'm imagining what you call it, again with the Shrek reference tonight. Fiona wakes up and goes and sings to the.
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh, that gets to the high pitched squeak, and suddenly all you hear is like the sound of several bluebirds popping.
Oh god, yeah.
Come outside, like, it's a beautiful. Why is it raining feathers?
So we're having eggs for breakfast.
Pretty much.
Anyways, Betoit, in your handouts now you should have a mysterious note.
I did read the note.
Alright then. So anyway, you guys get fed breakfast. It is pretty much eggs and bacon.
This is nice.
Coffee? Please say there's coffee.
It might go over Sonia's head, but like a greasy spoon fry up. So everything is just swimming in grease.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Hangover. That's a hangover breakfast right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
To which the stout halfling from earlier is like, welcome back. Nice to see that some of you haven't got such a bad hangover, but chuck into some eggs and bacon. It seems to perk people right up around here.
Yeah.
Goes back to the
Greasy
bar,
food.
grabs
Greasy.
small tankards, fills it up with hot water, a couple of tea, leaves in that in, stirs it for you all. And a little bit of something else to invigorate the mind a little bit. I don't suppose you have any plans for today then? Travelling folk like yourself?
So how did the rest of you sleep?
Well, that's lovely, cutting off that bloke after he asks you a question.
Slept just fine.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. We are probably going to discuss our plans, so I don't know yet. We will let you know.
Oh, that's
We're
fine.
here adventuring, so.
If you need any assistance with anything,
Cat.
don't hesitate to give me a shout. And he
Thank
goes back
you.
behind the bar and just sees to all the morning work.
So, returning to my original question, how did you all sleep?
Let's go.
Carry on. No, go
I
on.
cut you off.
No, you go.
No, that cut off, Lero. Oh,
Hi.
anybody? Because nobody
yeah,
seems
yeah.
to be finishing sentences.
Foxy, can you repeat what you just said?
Okay. So how did you all sleep? And what is our plans for today?
I was going to tell you all that I had an interesting dream. Worth telling you all.
Ooh, I like interesting dreams. Go on.
Oh, basically, big Titan guy. Can't think of his name. Being lifted away by two small creatures.
If you
Yes,
want to,
I
Marlon,
like that.
you can go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Religion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Page load up. Load. No.
Sadly, you cannot name the person in question. You do give them like a rough description, so anybody else, I'll allow you guys to make a religion check on as well.
Sweet. Nice.
So with your description of your dream and everything, Yoko, you managed to... Somehow you know who the god is. It's Hephaestus, the Greek god of forge and craftsmanship.
Ah,
The two gold humanoids that held him up are actually his sons that he made himself.
oh. You must have seen Hephaestus. Hephaestus. Hephaestus and his two sons.
But as I was saying, for a hefty guy, he was needed to be carried. He was being carried away. Golden beings, which that's meant to happen. I doubt it. Guy that put up a fight.
That is most peculiar. I wonder if it have anything to do with that treasure that the gods were talking about.
I agree with this wonder.
Mr. Bartender, sir.
Yes?
As we are sort of new to this city, I don't suppose you have any recommendations of where to go, specifically to look at very interesting and shiny treasures?
Make a persuasion check.
Smooth, Yoko, smooth. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. No.
Fluttering your eyelids and downing your eyes. A skill you have long since perfected. Bloody bards. You managed to convince him, and he's like, well, it depends really what kind of treasures you're after. I know the mayor has a few up in his own home, and a few people around here have sort of chunks of when this was an old Dragonborn Empire hill fort. Although, if you really want to get to the good stuff, there used to be an old temple up in the mountains. There was a way station about a few miles up the road, sort of up the hill in the mountains, following the path round, and that was sort of a rest stop for most people, and eventually they converted that into a more usable shrine than the bigger one deeper in the mountains.
Ooh, that make very interesting trip to go to. That is very good. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, yeah. it would make an interesting trip. I agree. But there is one thing about my night which I need to say to you all, because I kinda saw a being as well. Or maybe it was just a dream, I'm not sure. But can we stay in the city for a bit longer and explore around?
Could I? I mean, you think there might be some other treasure here?
Yes, there might be some other treasure here, and a certain being might be here as well. So I would like to take care of things. So we might have some good luck in the future endeavors as well.
Anyone else? Because personally, if one item is what I think it is, I mean, I'm not quite sure if it is item that we seek, considering it is of elven treasure, then I think it would be best to go and get that before the Valencian and elven guards do.
This is true, but how fond are we of these people in this town?
How far?
How fond of how? What are our feelings of these people around?
Well, we only just got in, so we haven't made any meaningful connections yet. I mean, we could. And I mean, the bartender has been most helpful.
This is true, and also I kind of need to ask from the bartender a
question.
Yes. So, Mr. Bartender.
Yeah.
Have you how many higher ranked elves have you seen in the city?
Well, none, because they attacked the city and I stayed in here.
Okay.
I've heard there's a couple outside the city. Part of the ones that surrendered.
Okay.
Why, does one of them owe you money?
Not exactly, but I would like to meet him sort of way.
And as you're having this conversation, eventually a couple of weathered gentlemen come over to you. They've got battle scars now on them. And one of them actually gets in quite close to your face. Is like, don't do anything with those elves. Just let them go home. The war is over. The fighting's done. If we're going to do anything to them, we would have done it this morning.
Oh, okay. So, as we are, after we finish our breakfast, should we go explore the city?
Well, it depends on everyone else.
Yes.
That sounds like an alright idea to me.
I like it.
Alright, I go with majority. Although something tell me that something up that temple in the mountains seemed very important.
Are they in the city?
Is what in the city, sorry?
The temple that she's talking about, is the temple in the city?
No, the temple's all the way in the mountains.
Oh.
There's the smaller one, which is now like the one that everybody uses. It started off as a way station to the actual temple and shrine itself, but they since converted that to a more elaborate temple structure. Alright then. So, you guys are heading off into the mountains?
I thought we were heading off to explore the city.
Yeah, that was the I think that was the general consensus.
I was getting all excited then.
Happiness denied.
Denied.
Well, but not one on that happiness.
Well, Batua is just says to the rest of the party that if you are going to the mountains, I cannot join you.
Why not? You're not scared of height, are you?
No, I'm not scared of heights, but I have my own reasons why I prefer not to go to the mountain.
Beitwa, did you have scary nightmare about being in high place and you're terrified of suffering same fate in nightmare?
No, it's not that, but the being I saw in my dream was quite insistent that I don't go to the mountain. And what the previous experience has taught us, it might not be a good idea to disobey.
Since when have you become afraid of this being?
Well, I'm not afraid, but there might be something worthwhile for me if I stay in the...
Such as?
Well, maybe some monetary gain or something.
So we all agree to explore city then? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. So we have one yes, and Beitwa's at second yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just
Alright, we go explore town.
Okay then. As you guys head out and begin to explore Hillside, general information, just sort of spending your time wandering around, it's split into 3 tiers. So think like Minas Tirith, so usually much smaller in scale. The lower level is like civilian and market and everything else. So any shopping, anything you want to buy is going to be on this level. The next level up is actually more of an industrial area. So to the left hand side as you go up the hill is all farmland and orchards and everything else. And over to the right is much more industrious, like textile mills and things like that. So they've actually got loom houses and things like that to make cloth with, and so on and so forth. And on the top, very top of the hill, dominating the entire view of the skyline looking up towards the mountains, is hill forts that, although has long been abandoned, the current ruling majority here keep adding to it over time. So what started off as ancient low Roman walls have now just been stacked on and stacked on and stacked on.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I can only assume that it's Tashi doodling on the map.
Yeah. What?
Yep. That's a yes.
It's cool, doodle away.
I'm just putting colour into it. Carry on.
So yeah,
Yeah.
anything you'd like to hit up whilst you're in the city?
Perhaps it would be a good idea to see whether we can find out what this treasure that we are looking for is. After all, we have no information on it other than that it is family treasure.
Whose family treasure exactly?
The Elven family treasure. The Royal Elven family treasure.
Well, shouldn't we start by actually researching who they are?
True.
We need a library. To the library. No, there's no library in Hillside. Crap.
Oh no, Hillside does have quite the large library.
Do I need to roll a perception check or something?
Yes, if you go to your character sheet, Betois, up, I believe it's the top, you have all self and GM as options. If you click GM and then make me a perception check and an investigation check, and I'll get back to you. Anyways, as you guys go, oh yes, it does work. Perfect. So you guys, as you start wandering around,
Was it an investigation?
Yes. You do find a couple of bookshops. Whilst the town itself has a formal library, it's more like the mayor's private library. But there are a couple of bookshops on the lowest level. One of them is manned by a gnome who wears like a wide-brimmed top hat, and another one is manned by a kindly old man with spectacles, the little round ones at the end of his nose. And as you walk past, you can see like he takes forever to read the spine of a book and put it back in the right place.
No, not one of these old men.
The gnome, on the other hand, seems to be doing everything without ever lifting a finger. Quite casually tells the book where to go and it goes back to its proper place.
Oh, looking interesting.
I will approach these gentlemen, and I will ask, gentlemen, do you have any information concerning royal artifacts of an elven nature?
The old man's the first one to respond. Old artifacts? Might have something for you. Come inside for a minute and I'll find it. And the gnome only... So he just says like, oh, for good, you're going to spend ages looking for the darn book. Come over to my bookshop and I'm sure I can find it for you.
Do I get any sense for one of them's going to rip me off?
Make an insight check.
Because this seems very suspicious. Oh, bugger nut squash.
That's a saying I haven't heard for a long time.
Yeah, I like how you are coming up new ways of avoiding curse.
Oh, yes.
Zyron, with that insight, both of them just seem to be like honest businessmen. It's more a case of who they're trying to persuade you to come into their shop in the hopes of just selling you more books than you actually need.
Oh, how about we make this job a little easier? Half of us go into one bookshop, the other go into other half. That way we half the workload in half the time, yes?
This is actually very true, yes.
I like this idea.
Yes.
Alright, so rock, paper, boulder, parchment, shears. Yeah, boulder, parchment, shears.
It's at this moment in time I just like I can't I just huddle with Yoko and I was like, Yoko, I think we're the only two people that are the best when it comes to conversation. Just in case they're gonna rip us off, I think we should split into the different bookshops.
I agree. So,
But on one condition. This guy looks a little bit more suspicious than the old guy. I'll take Batois.
okay, so you go with old man?
I'll go with that young whippersnapper.
Alright. No, alright. Marlon, I guess you come with me. And Kira? Who you want to go with?
Boulder parchment shears.
Boulder
I don't know. I don't know any of you well enough to make a choice yet.
Well, you can come with one of us either way, or you can stand outside and look pretty.
Except that I'm not pretty.
Oh, hush you! No, you look pretty in your own way.
Telling the truth. But okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll go with you. Yoko.
Excellent. And we shall meet back here. I suppose whenever we finish looking for books.
I agree.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm writing my notes, Yoko, Marlon and Kira are going to see the old man, and the gnome has Betois and Zyron.
Yes.
Cool, glad I got that right in my notes. Alright then.
Yay.
So we shall start with the old man first, because I can at least remember how to do his voice. As you three walk on in, the old man goes, "Oh, wonderful. Nice to have customers after so long. Now, if you're looking for things on the elven royal family, think I have a tome around here somewhere." He begins to shuffle off, and after a few minutes he comes back, struggling with a handful of books. Not particularly large tomes either. These are like small notebooks and individual scrolls in scroll cases and that. And eventually plonks them down on the side there. If you'd like to purchase these old tomes, it'll cost you 30 gold pieces.
How much to just read them here?
Also 30 gold pieces. Mending them isn't cheap.
Read anything, it's 30 gold pieces.
So I leave it to you guys if you want to pay the 30 gold or just sit there and haggle. Meanwhile, across the street, Zyron and Batois, you walk into the bookshop with the gnome who tips his top hat all the way off to and...
Wait, Zyron and Batois went with the old man.
No, we didn't. We
Wait,
went with the young guy.
Oh, never mind.
I was about to say, don't tell me I got my notes wrong. Don't confuse me like that.
Even during our conversation, you asked about it, and I'm like, no, we get the other ones. Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Anyways, the gnome tips his top hat to you all, reaches inside and he pulls out a couple of nice cold bottles of some liquid. He goes, "Well, gents, it's been a Bit of a hot day, a nice cool beer, perhaps.
Well, that was very kind of you.
That's quite alright. You're never going to find anything with that old foot. Right then, books on the Elven royal family. Come here. And he claps both his hands as if he's. And after a couple of seconds, oh, wait, no, it wasn't that for that one. What was it? Oh, that was it. And starts doing like the whole, come here, boy, come here, come books, come. And eventually, several of the books start magically making their way over to you. And it's a similar kind of pile to what the guys have across the road. So it's only a few notebook-sized journals, a couple of scrolls and scroll cases. Bundle them all together. Places them on a table inside the store. And if you want to have a peruse of the tomes, feel free. I only charge a mere 30 gold pieces for the use.
And that's 30 gold. That's 30 gold pieces just to read these parchments.
They're very expensive and hard to acquire pieces of knowledge.
Touché, my good sir.
Also, casting mending spell every day does take time and money.
Oh, of course, I completely understand that. Give me 2 seconds. I just turn around, put Batois, put my arm over Batois, and just kind of mini huddle with him. Just like, Batois, I've got a great idea.
Oh?
So you know that you're like the sneaky guy.
Yeah.
If I get this guy's attention and just put his head away from things at the moment, you grab one of the books, sneaky it inside of your clothes, and then we'll suddenly walk out of here as if we realized we're late for an appointment or something.
Okay.
Just follow my lead. I will look to the young guy. I start to create a distraction by asking him in depth about how he's able to create these magical books.
Okay, since this is part of your sneaky attempt to get the books out of the shop, Batois, I need you to make a sleight of hand. And
just a little moment.
Yeah, I can see you typing a very long message. Keep glancing down every now and again, expecting to see the message to pop up. So yeah, a sleight of hand from you, Batois, when you're ready. And Zyron, if you'd be so kind and send me a persuasion check. Actually, no, just straight charisma.
Okay.
So trying to distract him.
Shit!
Well, this could be fun.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking great.
Oh god, I was not expecting that whisper.
Wait a minute. What if I went, oh, there it is! Inspiration, baby! Let's go!
Who are you giving your bardic inspiration to?
To myself, because my god, I hate that.
Okay, then go ahead and roll your... Well, you're now a D8, I think?
Yes, I am. Save me! Oh, wait, I have to click. Save me!
Ouch!
This is one thing you're meant to be good at!
I was deceived by my own skills.
Yes.
I want my money back. I want a refund on my character sheet.
Oh.
For a refund my skill points. Alright then. Well, before we can get to the conclusion of that one, going over to the others, are you going to pay the money for the purchase of the books?
I mean, Let's see. I think as a paladin, I think stealing the books would be a terrible idea. Like, I know it doesn't say anything. Oh, hang on. Be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair. Let the light of your joy and courage shine forth in your deeds.
All of that fancy stuff.
Yeah, I do you want this to be a beacon of good example?
Yeah, I'll be the beacon of good example. And pay the old guy.
Oh, thank you, my dear. You're free to read through them for the next couple of days. That is not allowed to leave the shop.
Oh, thank you very much, good sir. I'll be very careful with those books.
Alright then.
Yeah.
So, for you guys, I will have some information in a minute. With the Two Stooges...
God damn it.
As you try and, like, put on some of that bardic charm that works so well on the ladies, Zyron, it doesn't work so well on the gnome. Who is this? Yeah. It's nice and everything, and he snaps his fingers, and several of the books actually attack Zyron. Not Zyron, Betois.
God dang it.
They're mean little books. Did say roll 3 attacks. Thank you very much. I believe all those miss you.
Yes.
And believe that'll beep. But yeah, several of the books suddenly sort of spin around and like the Harry Potter Book of Monsters, I think it was.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they start to like mudge you and chase you out the shop. And as they sort of get close to the door, the gnome's like, yeah, get back here. You're not allowed to leave until someone pays for you. Pats them like dogs, like, good boys, good books. Now back to your shelves.
Iron. Pay the man.
This is a very weird shop you have, sir.
I spent years studying magic, and I've put it to good use. Maybe you should learn a thing or two, might help with your manners. So, 30 gold pieces, and you can read the books here in your own leisure without being gnawed to pieces.
I mean, that's a very good point about manners and all that, but what the hell is that? And I cast Phantasmal Force on him.
Oh no!
Wow.
Wow!
Okay, so what's your phantasmal object?
It is the image of a gigantic, monstrous book with arms and legs.
It's a mimic book.
This man has had nightmares of for years. The feared book of ages.
Oh god. Well, as you said, we go, what's that? Like, from your perspective, it looks like he has been punched square in the side of the head, and he's actually thrown into the bookshelves. A couple of books come falling down, and he's sitting there dazed for a second. Whilst he's not unconscious, you can grab books or scrolls.
Betois, quick, grab what you can.
Okay.
But Betois not going to have a chance. This is down to you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Book or scrolls?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? Let's flip it. It's scrolls.
Okay, you reach over, you grab a few of the scroll cases, huddle them close, and bolt out the shop. You guys just sort of sit there and say thank you and everything, and you can, like, you sort of catch this out the corner of your eye for a second. See number 12 running out, tail between his legs, and books going away, and then,
Run away!
Slam the door!
yeah.
Yeah, just be nice on the way out. Just be like, and close the door.
Good day, sir!
Yeah. And pretty much that's the highlight of your day now, is the sight of Zyra number 12 running up the road to skull cases.
Yeah, Benny Hill style.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we shall end tonight's game there.
Yes.
A nice high point to end it on.
Yes!
Now I have to work out how the gods are going to catch you.
Oh god.
You mean if they catch us?
If they catch
Oh.
us.
So
Love
basically this session started and ended with a chase.
Yeah, bookended it rather nicely.
It's now turned into like Zyra and Patois' wacky adventures.
Yes. Once again.
the thing is that Yoko tried seducing the guards and kind of succeeded like with half of them. The other half like no. Then Zyron tried to persuade, distract the gnome.
I tried to distract, failed, and I just went, what the hell is that?
Yeah, like just lifts a little bit of like your trousers or something, like showing like just above the ankle. And it's like, oh yeah, that doesn't work for gnomes.
Oh man.
This is
What
a
if I
guy.
did some cankle?
Poor gnome. He didn't have that many hit points. You knocked him out.
Oh, wow.
He was just an NPC.
Oh man,
You're
like
all
yeah.
horrible people.
Hey, like half of
We
us.
weren't even there.
Yeah, if half of us decide to pay the guy to look at some books, like very civilized people.
I'm civilized.
You're all part of the party. One of you gets blamed for something. You all get blamed for it.
Oh, so military philosophy. Sort of.
Anyways, thank you all for watching.
Yes, it is. One fucks up, y'all fuck up. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Alright. So, night everybody. We'll see you all next week for some more D&D. See you all tomorrow for some Sea of Thieves. Bye-bye.
Yes.